101. What's the deal, collective? So, I found out somebody passed away from my old block today. I mean, I don't know when they passed away. I don't know if it was today, but I found out somebody recently just passed away from my old neighborhood. Somebody's father passed away. And then the reason why I know somebody passed away because I watched the reading. And these readings keep saying that somebody passed away, somebody passed away, somebody passed away. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, well, nobody passed away over here. And I'm like, and then it's like when I do my readings, it's like neighbors keep coming out. Neighbors keep coming out. Neighbors keep coming out, right? And then I'm like, lately, next door neighbor has been coming out. And I'm like, well, I'm not going through nothing right now with my next door neighbor in my current home community. I was, but that nigga busy right now to be fucking with me. So it ain't next door neighbor where I'm at. So I have to sit and think about next door neighbor. And I'm like, next door neighbor, I was like, I've lived in 3 buildings, 3 to 4 buildings in my lifetime, and only really had, out of them buildings that I really lived in, only really had 2 neighbors in buildings, like the neighbors that I fucked with or I knew. Out of those 3 to 4 buildings that I lived in out of my lifetime, out of those 2 buildings, I've only associated or I only know people from certain areas. And that's this area and the area that I grew up in. The building that I lived in when I was pregnant, I didn't fuck with nobody. There was really no next door neighbor that I fucked with. Or I knew I didn't mess with nobody there and I wasn't there long enough. So, and when I've been doing my readings, like when I do my readings off camera, and sometimes when I do it on the camera, the next door neighbor card comes out that I don't be saying it. Because I'm like, But now I know what next door neighbor it is. And it's the next door neighbor from my old block where I used to live and grew up. Those are the next door neighbors. And it ain't the next door neighbor that I live next to. Because the next door neighbor I lived next to was an old lady, an older elder lady. It could be her too. That lady, I didn't really like that lady too much. She was weird. She was not a nice lady. She would always yell at us because we was in the hallway playing. She always yell at us. But anyway, next to her was a family. And that family, there was a family that lived next to the elevator. And both families, the 2 apartments that lived next to the elevator, they were family. I said this in a reading before. The family that lived next to the elevator in my old building. I did say this. So, somebody passed away. I know they passed away. And this person's death is, I'm guessing the readings that's coming out is saying this person's death is because of the spell work they've been doing. And it's a father figure. Landlord How I know this information? Because I know this information. The person that passed away is a father figure, an elder man that was a landlord, a property manager to a building. His son is a rapper, probably still locked up. And the person that told me about my upstairs neighbors that were bugged, the person that told me about that they knew my upstairs neighbor is related to the family that was my next door neighbor in my old block. They're cousins. So the one that told me that he knew my upstairs neighbor is the cousin to the family that I live next to in my old block. So combined family, a black family and a Puerto Rican family. Combined, a combined Brady Bunch family. Now I get it. So too many enemies to realize who it is. Oh, I know who it is. Sirens. This person's death that recently passed away from my old block, has any involvement with what's been going on with is saying yes. And this shit is about to hit me in my face. That's how hard it's swinging. That's a big yes. Whoever passed away from my old area is the reason why they passed away is because that's the backfire. That's the karma. Now, I have my ways. I know exactly who passed away. And that somebody said it was weird. And it was online. They found out online. So this family has been attacking me for 40, so I'm 43 years old. For 40 something years, you've been attacking me. More or less. We're going to say 30 something years. So for about 30 something years, my entire life, basically, you've been putting spell work on me. You've been siphoning my energy. You've been giving me night terrors. I was a child having night terrors. You were doing a lot. Huh? And then I know it's this family because when it says a divine masculine or masculine energy, Aries, they keep mentioning an Aries. And the Aries that's connected to the person that passed away from the block, that was his uncle. The Aries energy, the masculine energy, Aries energy was a person that I had a fling with. We were never in a relationship. It was a secret love affair. Okay, that's what it was. He was hiding me because he didn't want my best friend at the time to know that we were messing with each other. Because he used to date my best friend at the time. Mind you, the guy that I'm talking about was a guy that I had a crush on the block. He was my crush, my first crush. I was obsessed with him when I was young. He dated my friend He used to flirt. There was a group. There was two girls I used to chill with. He dated one of them, and he used to flirt with the other one because the other one liked him. We all liked him. One of them ended up having him as a boyfriend. The other one used to just flirt with his ass. And me, I'm the one that had the secret love affair with him for 4 years. When I used to live on that block. I know it's him that ran his mouth, told everybody our little sexcapades. Ain't nobody stupid. I know it's him with the love bombing. Because when I go back to the messages, every time he messaged me, it was during a moon cycle. Always love bombing. I'm like, nigga, please. You barely even talk to me. Nigga, please. And then I cut him off. I ghosted him because his cousin, told me that he raped her. Decided to bring drama in my energy. And then the bitch decided to want to tell me that she's going to make me burn in hell. She threatened me. So I cut her off, and I cut his ass off, and I cut that whole family off. And then after I cut him off, he kept messaging me, and I look in the messages, and I didn't read them. I'm not responding to him. I cut you off, you're done. I don't give a fuck how long I've known you. You bringing drama into my life, you're gone. And drama that's not mine, you're gone. And then as I go in and through the spiritual awakening and these readings, it's like in one of the readings, somebody lost their daughter tragically. That family, the girl, his cousin, the chick that used to fuck with my hair, that's probably how they have my hair. She lost her daughter in a tragic accident, in a car accident. One of her daughters. And on top of that, she's crazy herself. They a bunch of drunks. And all I remember growing up, that house was dirty. Roaches everywhere. You sit on that sofa, you have a roach crawling on your ass. It has happened to me more than once. Nasty, disgusting people. Filthy. Nasty. That's how they live. That's how they were back then. You sit on a sofa, you get a roach crawling on you. Nasty people. Now that I think about it, it makes me think. Me knowing the spiritual shit now, and me thinking back then of how they lived, they were nasty, pestilence, disgusting. And what's crazy is I liked that family, especially the grandmother. She was sick. She raised all their grandbabies. They left her in the house all the time while the kids run amok. Crazy. Her name started with a V. Oh, shit. I'm just remembering. I'm over here thinking it's my ex-boyfriend and his mother because her name starts with a V. And oh, the grandmother starts with a V. She passed away though. And then the girl that I was helping before, she told me when she came, and then I remember she had told me that her grandmother, which is the grandmother with the letter V, the neighbor that I used to live next to, she used to tell me that her grandmother used to talk about me to her. They used to talk about her to me, talk about that I'm special. that I'm a special person. So the grandmother knew about me. And this niece, the niece that wanted to be tap into her gifts, maybe that's that wanna be, told me that her grandmother used to talk about me to her. Used to call me special. So I know who it is. I know what family it is. I know everybody involved. I know what neighborhood it is. I know what next door neighbor it is. It's not this next door neighbor. They wanted me to believe that it was this next door neighbor, even though this next door neighbor has involvement in whatever the fuck was going on. But I don't think they have any more involvement. They got too much shit to deal with. So when the next door neighbor card comes out, now I know what next door neighbor it is. And it ain't this one. It ain't the one that I live next to. Even though they still be doing dumb shit. It ain't this one. Because it keeps saying these people live disgusting. It keeps saying that these people live disgusting. They nasty. And my next door neighbor that live next to me, they don't live. I doubt that their house is dirty. I doubt it. I doubt it very much. And I'm only talking about one of my neighbors that live next door to me. Just one. I don't know about the other one, because the other one, I be getting roaches in here from her house. I want her to let her know. Her roaches be coming in my fucking house. So. Because I don't get roaches. They come from somebody else's house. I got ants, though. That I do have. I got a major ant problem. But that's because of the fucking cat food. But it is what it is. Ants is cool. Ants don't bother me. But anyway, so yeah, so the next door neighbor that they talking about, it ain't my current home community. It's from my past. But this all combination is current and past home community, because the enemies that I know of are in my current home community, which were my next door neighbor and is my upstairs neighbor. Right? Now it keeps saying downstairs neighbor. Now I don't know if there's the downstairs neighbor in this building or it's a downstairs neighbor in my old building. Now if it's a downstairs neighbor in my old building, but then baby, I don't know what to tell y'all, because I lived on the 6th floor. So it could be all the downstairs neighbors from my past. But I could break it down to the 5th floor. Let's see who can have a problem with the 5th floor. The 5th floor neighbor, downstairs neighbor, would be the people that live under me. Because when I was young, I used to jump up and down, jump up and down, jump up and down. That they used to complain, boom, boom, boom. Because I used to make their chandelier shake. Because my mother used to beat my ass. And when she used to beat my ass, I used to jump up and down right in the middle of the living room. And right in the middle of the living room, of their living room, downstairs neighbor, they had a chandelier. So me as a child, I was a problem. Then the downstairs neighbor from them, and I'm talking about in the same section, in the same row I lived in the 6th floor, 6 deep, right? So downstairs neighbor from me would be that one, right? And then the downstairs neighbor from that one would be this Dominican girl that I had a fight with. That she hit me up on Facebook maybe a few years ago to do some business. And then almost got me scammed out of some money. Because I was trying to flip some money. And because I trusted, because I felt like I knew her and I trusted her. Because she, from the block, she wouldn't play me. I ended up getting played anyway. stole my money. That she had to give me back. She had to give me back the money, more money. She had to give me that back. Then the neighbor underneath there from her, I think my mother said that was family that lived in the building. So whoever lived underneath the person from the 4th floor on the 3rd floor was family to me, from what my mother told me. So I have family that lived in the building. And then the 2nd floor underneath there, I don't remember who lived in there. The 2nd floor on the same road that I lived in, I don't remember. That I don't remember. But let's see, who would I have a problem on the 2nd floor? Nobody. I have no issues with nobody on the 2nd floor, not that I know of. 4th floor, my sister's best friend lived on the 4th floor. That family and her kids, don't think I had a problem with them. No. One of the sisters, she was like kind of, but no. 3rd floor, maybe there might be somebody on the 3rd floor that I could have had a problem with, that maybe didn't like me. Maybe they didn't like me. I wouldn't say it like them. Maybe they didn't like me. 4th floor, there could have been somebody else on the 4th floor that didn't like me. Somebody on the 5th floor, besides the one that lived underneath me. Could have been some, look, I'm just shuffling. Look. Past lifetime setup. It's been made a public display. Birds of a feather that flock together that try to get me fired. I'm just shuffling, you see? They wanted my blood to be free, collective. And now they experiencing the wrath of God. I'm talking to you. They was doing too much, being a bunch of karmic pests. They was attacking Sleeping Beauty. They was attacking me in my sleep to make chi magic, make my chakras unaligned. Unbothered, unfazed, and uninterested. This is my energy. It says the action taken against you will have them in great regret. I'm just plucking. Look, no mercy. They in the trap house. And they being shunned, casted out by a society, group, organization, covenant, clique, or family. Because their faith was tested. And now they're going through a butt bath. The devil is sick for being a prick, playing dumbass trick. Somebody trying to attack my third eye. They attacked me out of spite. And they put a policy insurance on me. But they can't because everybody loves a comeback. I'm not dead, bitch. And I'm not going to die. They weren't paying attention to the signs given by the divine. My ex-lover karmic. They're an addict. And shit is spiraling out of control. And they're getting evicted. Family abuse. In July. Trying to bind you to their karma. Trying to bind me to their karma. Murder for hire. Somebody's breath stinks from all the lies they told. They're a bunch of idiots. Related to me by a marriage. Somebody related to me by marriage. It says, you were outnumbered. I was outnumbered, but I drop-kicked them all alone. Drop-kicked them. So, yeah, a lot of wasted energy. And they lost in the fog. They all corny. Trying to torment and torture me. Somebody can sweat a lot when they're nervous. And they out here trying to read me. This false prophet. You out here feeling naked and afraid because you keep coming into my life and leaving. You keep trying to attack my third eye thinking that you're going to stop. You use some type of wild witch that you trying to set me up and you didn't. You feel like your heart is being torn out of your ass because the lies is unfolding on your ass. Trying to distort my energy distortion, because you feeling naked and afraid. Yeah, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, disintegration for this moon magic. Stop trying to attack my third eye. Grave magic, you out here doing grave magic. Now you don't know what's going to happen. Wild card unknown. Now somebody's trying to set the record straight. Because I'm protected. Archangel protection. And now you in survival mode. Because trying to shut me up failed. It damn sure did. You collaborated with others. And now you all getting humiliated. Because this witchcraft is in the reverse. You're unable to manipulate others. You got to vacate the premises now. And you going outside. For this alchemy. Love spell, free will. You can't control my love. And you can control my free will. I don't love you, motherfucker. A storm is coming. No weapon form will prosper. What just fell? Yeah, you don't like that I'm at peace? Oh, fucking well. You out here doing sex magic. And you looking for some type of social status. You wanted to join the hate crowd. So you thought if you joined the hate crowd, it was gonna bring you some type of social status. But guess who's back, bitch? Me. It says trying to close all my roads, gates, and paths, blocking my way. This is what they were doing. They was committing tax fraud too. Yeah, the watchtower, you being watched, or you watching me, bitch. An ex-friend is watching me right now. Hello. Hey, nigga. What up, bitch? You gonna go or you gonna stay? Which one is it? Because you keep dipping and dodging, dipping and dodging. You might as well just stay and watch. Stop leaving. You know you want to watch me. You're being exposed, ex-friend of mine. You watching? Why you leaving? I don't understand. Why are you leaving? You wanted some type of revenge on me, but now you're about to be taken out of your misery. The illusion is on you. You're clueless. You're back again. You brought somebody to watch with you. Huh? You running scared right now? Look, past, home, and work community. Hey, ex-friends. You came to watch? If you're going to watch me, you might as well like my fucking video. Stop being a troll. Exactly. I don't know. You going to stay or you going to go? That's what I kept saying today. Am I going to stay or am I going to go? Are you going to stay or are you going to go? You might as well stay. Why are you leaving? I don't understand. You scheming? You nasty. You out here depleted, anorexic, and malnourished. You sick. And you lost grip of reality. Because you getting blindsided. And people lost respect for you. You need to be on medication because you got medical issues. And there's measures being taken. Because you was paid to cause harm. Somebody paid you to cause me harm. Or they paid people to cause me harm. And now the rats is running. Again with these rats. With the rats that I've been seeing lately. And the rats is running, coming out now. You wanted to join the hate crowd. And now the rats is running because you was doing too much. You was doing too much scheming for a fucking social status. Now someone's going to get their hands put on them. Because they think they're too legit to quit, so they don't want to stop. These troublemakers, they got themselves entrapped. Because I'm a chosen one the world is calling for. The people are toxic. And it's been made a public display. Whatever they did in the past. So you've been out here trying to live off my energy, off my back. You put some type of policy insurance in my name. And I guess it was going to be some big, big, big money. Tried to cause me delays. Death magic in the reverse. And now they running scared because I'm not dead, bitch, and I'm not going to die. That's why whoever passed away recently in my old neighborhood, whoever just passed away recently in my own neighborhood, collaborated with others to do this witchcraft. They collaborated with others and manipulated others to do witchcraft. And now they all going outside and being humiliated for this setup. And they about to be taking out their fucking misery. They're gonna some people gonna have to vacate the premises. Some people have fucking court because of this fucking revenge. And they didn't listen in one ear, out the other fucking other for this necromancy, which is death magic that they were doing. This ex. If you're not liking my video, you're a troll. So what's the deal? You in the shadows watching me, stupid? Thinking that you sending some spell work to me? You don't got no life. You're in the shadow with no fucking life. Spirit wants me to let you know that you in the shadows with no lives and you collaborated with others to do this. Racing against time. You out of time, bitch? For this love spell, free will control that it's not going to work because I don't have no feelings for you. So they try to use, you got yourself tangled up in a situation, trying to siphon energy, and you fail to realize I'm not the one to play with. You're a fucking puppet in the work community, and you're getting haunted. You being a peeping Tom. I got 4 people watching, no likes. Y'all all being peeping Toms. Because y'all wanted my blood to be freed and you can't, and you about to experience the wrath of God? I hope you do. Cat got somebody by the tongue and by their balls. Online community. Overstepped their boundaries. Now they're feeling like a bunch of sour apples. Because they're intimidated by my supernaturalness. And they can't sweet talk the devil with offers no more. And they got health issues. They were out here playing with my devices. A karmic woman that's currently in the panic room. Because they wake up and go to sleep doing spell work and they naive. They play games. Games are played. And they were rebelling and challenging authority. And now it says, let sleeping dogs lay they doom. This dingback energy that's in their feelings. Because they was in a cocky energy. Ooh. And that cocky energy got them tangled up in a situation. Yeah, Amanda. They weren't paying attention to the signs given by the divine. They put me in the dirt, but God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. They buried me and did their grave more magic. This Brady Bunch gang and a combined family. They're about to piss themselves, collective. Because shit got out of control. This Uncle Tom energy in the home community. Uncle Tom, home community, somebody's uncle passed away. The person that would be considered my ex-friend or ex-fling or ex-partner, because he wasn't my man, his uncle passed away. Yeah, they were making bargain deals. With the ancestors, they were trying to bargain with the ancestors. But the ancestors said no. Now they're getting beat up by their own energy. So they was over here trying to bargain with the ancestors as they getting beat up by their own energy. This coven that's ungodly. And they in denial. Yeah. False advertisement. They were out here lying. Because spirit is walking amongst us. Yeah. They got an undesired outcome. Yeah, bank accounts. Infatuated. They was infatuated with me because I'm a triple threat. This abuser that's going insane, berserker, that lives in my vicinity, in my area. Dealing with childhood trauma. So again, it says, in my vicinity, lives around me. So this person lives around me, currently live around me. So this is, like I said, it's talking about the past and the present. A fake religionless that's out here doing womb magic. They need to grow up. And they're about to be put in a spiritual coma. This stinky, sneaky link is the end of the road for this person. And this person is imagining their own ending or funeral. Fear of risk. They're resisting the change. In July, we're in the month of July. Yeah, this is their guilty pleasure. Stop trying to siphon my energy. You're trying to enslave my soul. That's why you ran. That's why you just left, right? You're running out of money. And your breath stinks from all these lies. Stinky, slink, stinky. Their breath. It says their breath stinks from all the lies, and then stinky, sneaky link comes out right after. I'm done. Collective. And everything that they're doing to me, because I'm unfazed, unbothered, and uninterested about this karmic family, this ex-boyfriend or girlfriend energy. Fights is happening now with this family. Because whatever they're doing is not working. Collective. I'm done. I don't even know what to pull no more. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. They're idiots. And that's about to have a tragic ending. Somebody had a tragic ending. Tragic endings happening for these idiots. The devil is sick for being a prick, playing dumbass tricks. And putting my name under some policy insurance, thinking they're going to do spell work or actually come fuck with me and take me out for this money. But now you about to reap what you sow. Because you a bunch of fucking circus clowns. That's in a sticky situation. Energy don't lie. All I'm doing is cutting the fucking deck, man. All I'm doing. Someone feels like their heart is being torn out in sync. It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. And when we are apart, I feel it too. Somebody downplayed my gifts, my talents, my skills, and watered me down. And now you feel stupid, right? Now you feel like a clown. Now you feel like a circus clown. Divine authority is in effect. Baby, God has stepped into the building. Official business. Yeah, somebody's aging rapidly because of all this fucking sex magic they doing. And they're going to need medical assistance. And something's being looked into because of this settlement deadline. And this fucking love spell and alchemy, free will, love control, and divination. And they broke into the wrong spiritual fucking house. Yes? The fuck they did. And if you from my past and you live next to me, you know my mother, you know my grandmother, you know my family. I don't know why and what would possess you in your fucking right mind to think you know my family, god damn it, and to think that you would get away with this. You're tripping. Yeah, that's why you fucking left, right? And you have a fraudulent business. You out here sacrificing people and animals for money. And you sleeping with the higher ups. And you in an abusive relationship. Trying to soul swap. You got court problems. And you're going out sad, bitch. Good news in the reverse. Bad news for you. Because of the past. By day one way, by night another. You're dumb. You're getting cut off. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. And if this is somebody from my past, from Cypress Avenue, you're stupid. Huh. Christ. And if you caused the death of my grandmother, if you caused me getting my son removed from my premises, if you caused anything that has happened in my life, that is, mark my words, this is why everything happened to you and your family. Now that I sit here and think about the shit that has happened to you and your family. Somebody's sister died, went to a different country, a different state, and never returned. She might have been a bit involved. I'll tell you something. Now that I think about the past and all these people that their family members have passed away, it's making me think, is that the reason why your family, your sister passed away? Is that the reason why your daughter passed away? Is that the reason why your uncle or your father just passed away? And it's all in that family. And when I say combined family, I mean the combined family of the next door neighbor that used to live next door to me. Not right next door, but where they were my next door neighbor. And from the past. And then the fucking guy that messaged me that from my past that told me he knew my upstairs neighbors is related to the next door neighbor from my past. His sister passed away a few years ago. I don't know if she was in a different country, a different state, or she passed away from COVID. But she passed away. That's a combined family. That's their family. Yeah, you need to start thinking because seriously, you never know who be fucking with you. You never know who be fucking with you. And if you surrounded by somebody that got a lot of death, it should make you think, why all these motherfuckers is passing away all of a sudden? You gotta watch your surroundings, man, because motherfuckers is out here doing some dumb shit. Some dumb shit. If it wasn't for me, somebody said something was gonna happen 7-Eleven. And what happened with 7-Eleven was me finding out this fucking information about somebody passing away from my old neighborhood. And it's a father figure that was a landlord. And his son is a rapper. And he is the uncle to the person that I had a secret love affair with from the past. I mean, it makes sense. All that shit is what's coming out on the fucking readings. And then we did make a promise long time ago that if I was single and he was single, that we would get together. We would be together in the future. No, I'm not. No. that is contract broken. One, I don't love you. When I liked you, that was a crush. That was a fling. That was a on the block puppy love. Your family got mad drama, got mad problems. And you just, ugh. Let me tell you something. As the time goes by and as the stories I have heard about this nigga and just me seeing this nigga, that nigga's a drunk. He's a drunk. A bad drunk. I don't know if he still is. But back then, he was a bad drunk. And nigga used to piss on himself. The nigga you would doze off, sleep in the... they used to do shit to him because he was a bad drunk. They used to fuck with him. Lost all his... person. I'm 43, so he's in his 50s right now. Because he was older. He was 5 years older than me when I was younger. Because my friend, she's a year older than me. She's a year or two older than me. So the friends I used to hang out with, I was the youngest one out of the group. One person was a year older than me and the other one was about a year and a half older than me. So... and if he was 4 years older than one of my friends, that means he was about 4 to 5 years older than me. I'm 43, so he's 48, 49, he's about to be 50. Or he's in his 50s, or he's older than that, or he lied about his age. So he's in his late 40s, early 50s. I'm in my early 40s. There was a definitely 5 year, there was a definite 5 to 7 year age gap. I think that was the first oldest person or a mature person, well, I'm not going to say mature, but oldest person I've dated or not dated, well, dated is dating, yeah, or talked to or messed with. Yeah. And when I was younger, would be him. He was talking to everybody, all the girls he was talking to. All the girls was obsessed with that nigga. I don't know about now. But there was this one chick, and I think the chick that he ended up with, that he dissed me for, I think she is sick. And what's funny is that same chick, she ended up having baby with a guy from school that I had a crush on. That's the crazy shit about it. There was a guy in school that I had a crush on. I don't think I ever told him I had a crush on him, but I had a crush on his ass. He was a little cutie in school. Very smart. And was never a part of the crowd. And I had a crush on him. And what's funny was she ended up with him and had babies. And had a set of twins. With the guy I had a crush on from school. And then she ends up dating the guy that I had another crush on from the block. I find it weird. Is she the double ganger, the stalker? Because she dated the guy that I had a crush on from school and actually had a family with him. And then ends up dating the guy that I had a crush on from the block. And I think she's sick. If I'm not mistaken, that girl, I think she got cancer. From the information that I found out a while ago. So I think she's sick. If I'm not mistaken. Anyway, all I know is that when I was actively on my social media, it make me wonder. Do y'all have participation in it? Or were they sacrificed? Were there another sacrifice? Because they couldn't get to me. I'm glad I moved out that block. I'm telling you, I grew up in a building. 666. I'm telling you. And I lived on the 6th floor. And I lived in apartment 6D. I'm telling you. I know this has to do with my old block. It has to do with my old block and this block here, this area. Because they brought the drama and problems over here. They try to make it very unsafe for me over here. They tried to cause harm in my current home community. People from my past home community brought the drama to my current home community, and I finished it. And I'm going to keep warning you. You keep coming for me. Yeah, this was going to happen. Y'all going to drop like flies. And now I know definitely who the fucking family is. Oh, yeah. Oh. I did a reading earlier, but it wasn't on live. It was pre-recorded. I'm gonna try my best to upload it. I'm not too sure how because I don't have no enough data to upload the video right now. But I'm gonna upload it, and I did this reading earlier today. A 7-Eleven reading earlier today. I read my energy. I forgot what came out. I don't remember what came out. I gotta rewatch the reading. But yeah, man. I know somebody passed away. I know somebody passed away. But y'all involved a lot of people. And y'all involved people in this community, which is the new next door neighbors and the upstairs neighbors and whoever else was involved in this area. Because of the connections. My cousin connected to next door neighbor, and I'm not talking about past, I'm talking about present. My cousin grew up in this area. She knows the next door neighbors. I'm talking about current next door neighbor. So it's like my cousin knows the past family. Because the same family involved. My cousin accused me of the shit that's going on in her life when her brother passed away. Do I need to make any more fucking connections? Connect the dots. I could keep going. Y'all really thought I was out here lost and confused and stupid and naive? Y'all the fucking stupid and naive ones. Just because I'm not out here yelling, blah, 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 anymore about shit, I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not going to jump online anymore and continue to share. Once in a blue moon, I watch a reading and I want to share it, I'll share it. But I'm not going to sit here and be hounding and finding readings and continuing to confirm shit and that. It's to the point where I don't care no more, because y'all going to keep doing what you're doing. You're not gonna stop until a tragic ending happens. And even if tragic ending happened, it seems like y'all still didn't stop, because a lot of people passed away and y'all still kept on the bullshit. And then wanna blame me for your shit, but you in the shadows doing spell work. I'm not gonna be doing no tit for tat. You wanna attempt spell work? Go the fuck right ahead. You wanna come for me? Go the fuck right ahead. You know who's by my side? You know who's by my side? My left, my right, on the top, behind me, on my feet, all the way, inside and out. God. So I don't worry about what y'all doing. So we're gonna end it at. We're gonna end it here. Cause I don't feel like continuing to talk more shit. It makes no sense. And I know I seen a reader said, "Well, if you know something, don't say nothing." But I don't give a fuck. I know. Telling me to be quiet, because then they attack me more. Let them attack me more. Because the more they attack, worse it gets for them. I want them to know that I know, so that they can attack me more. So then that their ending could be more fatal. So go ahead. Like something my mother said. I used to tell my mother, don't leave the door open for your enemy so they could come in. She said, why not? I'm going to leave the door for all to come in. And if the enemy decides to come in, they enter at their own risk, because there's booby traps for them bitches here. Because the unwanted guests will not be welcomed. But the guests that I wanted and welcome will be able to enter. Spirit knows. Energy knows. You ain't got good intentions. All hell is going to break loose for you. So if you sure you want to enter into this home of mine, or this energy of mine, and think your ass is not going to get fucked up because then you coming with malintentions, by all means, I'm going to leave the door ajar. If you even fucking know what that word means. Because some of y'all, some slow, stupid ass motherfuckers, that y'all don't even know what the fuck ajar means. And I'm talking about the karmic motherfuckers. Because some people really don't know what ajar means. But ajar means to leave the door open slightly. Just in case nobody does. And just in case nobody does know. It does. To leave the door ajar means to leave the door slightly opened. Cracked open a bit. Enter at your own risk. That is the warning sign you get. You come with bad intentions, bad things gonna happen to you. You come with good intentions, good things happen to you. And I guess there's a lot of bad things happening to a lot of bad people for the bad things that they were projecting. And I know I'm not the only one going through this, dealing with some shit like this. Just dealing with some type of shit. Collective, peace out. And again, thank you for always listening to me while I expose these motherfuckers. And I'm going to continue to expose these bitches. I know what fucking family it definitely is. Especially when it comes to my past. I already knew. But there's so many energies that keep coming out in these readings. It's like, okay, who is the main culprit? We already know who participated. But who's the main culprit? And the main culprit is my next door neighbors from my past. building. And there's only one next door neighbor that could be. If we literally being literal, okay? If it's not the next door neighbor that live next to me, which is this elder Hispanic lady, is the one that lived right next to the lady. And the one that lived right next to the lady is very obvious that it's dumb. Listen, I'm going to talk my shit because I want everybody to know who it is. It's the family that lived in the 6th floor by the motherfucking elevator. From Cyprus. If I'm not going to be name specific, I'm not going to be here and say names. But the family that has been attacking me for the past fucking 30 years since I was a child is the family that lived in Cyprus, in the same building that I lived on the same floor that I lived on, and they lived right next to the motherfucking elevator. And the reason why I know is because the person that lived on the 3rd floor that lived next to the elevator is the one that told me about how he know my upstairs neighbors and he used to sell some shit to them and that they crazy. 2 families from the same building that live next to the elevator, and they're related. The 3rd floor is related to the 6th floor. The 3rd floor family is Hispanic. The top floor family is black. They are connected. The 3rd floor family is cousins to the upstairs family in the 6th floor. Do I continue to expose y'all and how y'all connected? Do I need to go on and continue to expose you? Do I keep going down this rabbit hole? And continue to expose what everybody don't know yet? And it keeps saying music. Somebody in music. The person that passed away from the neighborhood, his son was in jail, and his son is a rapper. And his son got the same name as his father, the one that passed away. I don't know if the son is still in jail or not. I don't fuck with that block. I don't fuck with that family. I don't fuck with nobody in that area. I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care. Back in the day, that family is straight drug addicts. They owe a bunch of drugs and druggies. They're addicts. They're addicts. The grandmother and the grandfather, may they rest in peace, they were church people. And the grandmother of that family did not play. She did not play. I liked the grandmother of that family. She didn't play. She would go over there and set shit straight. They were scared of that grandmother. But it seems like that family is a whole cult coven, from what I'm getting. And I'm just breaking down the clues of the information. And when I was communicating back in 2020 something, I forgot what year it was. There was a point where I was communicating with this ex-fling of mine, and I had connected back with him, and I found out that he was back. He was in New York, And he was in New York for a whole year and didn't even know. So he didn't even tell me that he was in New York. He was living with his uncle that was a property manager or a landlord to a building. So I'm just putting the clues because it keeps saying property manager or landlord. That keeps coming out, especially in my readings. And I'm like, is the property manager or this building, are they a part of it here? Or is it they talking about his uncle? That was a something. That was a super or something to a building or something. He was a something to a building. In Queens, in Brooklyn, over there somewhere. I remember, I have... Stop playing with me. Supposedly, the one that I had the little fling with, secret love affair with back in the day, supposedly he raped his niece. That's what his niece told me before she told me that she was gonna, for me to burn in hell. Yeah. That family is all, I'm good. I'm alright. Stay away. Stay out of my energy. Y'all nasty. Now I get it. And it kept saying nasty, they dirty, they filthy. And the only dirty, nasty, filthy family that I knew that if you sit on their fucking couch, you better watch out or a roach will fucking crawl on your ass, was that family. I'm done. I think I put all the clues. I think I've said all the clues that I needed to. I think I put it all in there and let a motherfucker know that I know who I know. You know I know, and I want you to know that I know. And if you want to go back and do more spell work, please do go ahead. So it could continue to backfire. Because I know one of the readers said, don't let nobody know that you know. To keep it quiet. Because when they know that you know, they go and they do more spell work. But that's the point. I'm to the point where I want you to do more spell work. I want you to sabotage yourself. I want you to do as much spell work as you can so you could set your own ass on fire. Come for me if you want to continue. Please do. Meow. That was confirmation for the cat. From the cat. She said, the cat said, bring it. And then with the download that I got from the song, your grandma told my grandma to your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandmother, spiritually, is telling somebody else's spiritual grandmother that I'm coming for your ass and your family. It making sense to me now. So, even though one of the readers said, don't let them know that I know, I don't care. I know who you are. Bring it. Go ahead, do more spell work. Go ahead, send that shit. Go ahead. I dare you. I triple dare you. I double dare you. And let's see who else passed away in your family for the backfire that you will receive. Let's see who else gets fucked up on your end for what you're doing, because ain't nothing gonna happen to me though. So I want you to know that I know. I want you to know that I know is a neighbor from my past that lived next to the fucking building and his fucking stupid family. They all just, ugh. They just ratchet ghetto ass. I'm over it. I can talk my shit. I can sit here and talk so much shit if I want to. For real, for real. But I'm not. I'm gonna get off this live. Because I'm not hurt. And I kind of figured, and I don't care. And I was wondering why one of the other uncles, the other uncle, messaged me a few years ago. Because I had to ask when they said, because I asked somebody this, I asked someone today, did somebody recently pass away from the neighborhood? And I got an answer, yes. What? And when they said somebody's uncle, I said, which one? Because this person got two uncles. I said, which uncle? And I thought it was going to be the uncle that back in the day used to be a heavy drug addict. And it was the other uncle. The other uncle, the good-looking uncle. The uncle that was muscular, good-looking. He was fine. I'm not going to lie. Nigga was fine and still looked fine as an older man. Yes, he did. I ain't gonna lie about that. That's the one that passed away. That fine-looking man. It kept saying uncle, 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 right? Not related to you. That's the uncle that's not related to me. The uncle that's not related to me, that's been doing spell work, is that person's uncle, not mine. Now I know who uncle it was. Now I know who uncle it was. It wasn't my uncle. Yeah. I like when all this information comes and then I start connecting the dots and the pieces and putting all the puzzle pieces together. I like it. I like solving shit. I'm one of those, you know what game that I like? Oh, what I like word search games. You know, you gotta further word, not the crossword puzzles, the word search. The jumble words where you gotta do the words, the letters is jumbled and you gotta find the words. I like games like that. I like to find out what something is. I like to put shit together and then get the answer. So this little detective solving my own crime type of shit that I'm doing, I'm feeling it. Ooh, go gadget, go. Yeah, kind of look. I'm out of here. Collective, peace out. This new, what we in, the new moon cycle? Yesterday was the new moon. We still in the new moon cycle. So, this new moon cycle energy, yeah. I don't know how recent this person passed away. Well, I'm going to find out, though. And I'm trying to log into my other account, but for some reason I can't. And there's a reason for it, but when I finally get to log on to my personal account, I'm gonna get all the information. But if they was trying to hide a death, I already know about the death, and I know who it is. And that's it. Bye. Again. Again, thank you for when you do come across this video. Thank you for listening to me vent and expose these people. I appreciate you. Thank you.